Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we are back with the 2024 presidential election results, and we have some, of course, in this case, new polls in favor for Donald Trump, but there's also a couple polls in favor for Kamala Harris. We're going to be updating you all on a couple of swing states and looking at the previous forecast. Right now, I would say Donald Trump is barely leading in Pennsylvania by just what 10 just 0.10%. A very, very tight lead indeed. And the thing is, I would say this lead can obviously change in the like tomorrow. Harris could possibly very well take Pennsylvania. Would she then win the electoral college? Well, if you would in this scenario, just to get some clarification, let's pull up a 2024 electoral college, and we're basically going to do the results like they were saying. Okay, so this is basically 2020 results. We're going to give Pennsylvania for Harris, and along with Virginia, Wisconsin, and Michigan. And I highly doubt that Kamala is going to pick up the whole entire Rust Belt, by the way. Let's remember, Hillary Clinton was supposed to win the whole entire Rust Belt. She only picked up two Rust Belt. I don't even think you can call Minnesota a Rust Belt state. But yeah, only Illinois, really, she was able to pick up. So yeah, this is what. Oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go these states, but this is what it's looking like right now. Okay, it's current. I mean, if you decide to count Pennsylvania, the situation's like a tie. But what I'm hoping is Trump. I know the last couple polls in Pennsylvania has been Harris polls, but you know what? You never know. We could bump a notch and take back the lead. It is a honeymoon, guys, believe it or not. A lot of people say it's over. Well, I don't think a lot of people in the Democrats were saying it was over when Sarah Palin came into the ring in 2008 and that eventually became McCain's running mate. Everyone was fawning over her. That boosted McCain's favorability in the polls, and realistically, it looked like McCain was going to win in a potential landslide against Barack Obama. And in what's supposed to be a blue wave due to an economic recession along with the ongoing Iraq war. So it's not always that simple. Kamala Harris hasn't even debated yet. The convention, she would likely get a boost. We shouldn't freak out about that. That's expected. And realistically, this is what happens all the time. Democrats, realistically, every single election year since 1984, Democrats have always led in the polls during this time. Never ever once a Republican led during August in an election year. Never ever. And in fact, if the polls for Trump continued, it would have been the first time since 1980 a Republican had won the polls or won polls or carried the lead in polls, um, or being projected the winner in the polls. So, and I would be like, how would I take that? I would be excited for Trump. Hey, we're at a good pace, but then there's also the possibility, hey, we might be wrong. And that's what it looks like here. The polls have a more likelihood of being wrong than right. So we shouldn't be freaking out. And I'm speaking that as a more logical approach. Yes, you see in Arizona, things aren't looking good. You'll see Harris gain 2 points, but then we're slimming down to one. We still shouldn't freak out. We still can hold the lead. And then again, if Harris eventually carries all the swing states, guess what? There's a very good possibility that's going to be wrong. But let's go ahead and do our prediction starting with Pennsylvania. So, Pennsylvania is pretty much, I would say, realistically, the same results like we've always done. The 2016 results, where Kamala Harris will probably only carry Allegheny, Bucks, all these counties right here. Oh, Northampton will go red. Center will go blue. And Dauphin counties. But yes. Uh, this is probably what I think personally it's supposed to look like. 56 counties for Trump and 11 counties for Kamala Harris. Same deal as 2016. But going down to North Carolina, we still have a good advantage. We have, let's see, going over North Carolina. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We got a Trafalgar poll saying Trump wins by 4. Uh, and yeah, it looks like we have more momentum coming from North Carolina. So, I genuinely would say, you know what, it's down to 2.4, but you know what? Uh, Similar to our 2022 gubernatorial map. Yeah, you would see it's somewhat of a margin of 3.2. I would say it would look kind of like this. I would kind of walk into expecting it to look like this. At this point, I would have Hanover County go for Harris, barely, but yes. And then, by the way, I am predicting that Harris would take the Electoral College. And then when she does, I wouldn't freak out. Do not freak out because have we ever walked into an election where Republicans were winning the Electoral College before Election Day? No, we haven't. People say, oh, 2004. No, 2004, but Kerry was carrying all the swing states. And it was predicted John Kerry would win. Same deal with 2000. Same deal with 1988. Michael Dukakis carried an extraordinary amount of states and a lot of states that Reagan won in a landslide. Um, Same deal with Walter Mondale. Mondale even carried the Electoral College. So this is very normal, and a lot of people will forget. And I don't blame them for forgetting, but this is normal, 100% normal and expected. And just remember, you would count Trump's polls a little bit more because polls have always underestimated Donald Trump. Always. 2016, 2020, they were doing good in 20 earlier this year, but then when Kamala Harris came in, they think, oh, uh, because we got a new candidate, she has a big more likelihood in defeating Trump. Well, this is what I say. Well, let's see. Um, we still we can't underestimate her polls because guess what? She could be just as bad as Trump, where just as good as Trump when we underestimate her polls. But then again, there's a chance that she'll become a Hillary Clinton and just go down the toilet. And that's what we're kind of hoping the debates will do. But honestly, I don't know what to expect. So this is our North Carolina result. Michigan, we have the same results, but here's the deal. A lot of people doom and gloom about Michigan. And Michigan is the most, I keep telling you all, it's the most likely state that Donald Trump will most likely lose. Well, Donald Trump is likely to lose when it comes to, in this case, I mean, he even won a poll from New York and Siena College. But yeah, so we are still winning polls. It's not over. But let's go ahead and just call the results. Yes, we call the same results here. But yeah, there's nothing really new about this. Going to Wisconsin, I would say, you know what? We're looking pretty good. Wisconsin, Harris is winning by 1. And generally, I want to see Trump take back the electoral, as you should know, the average along with the electoral college. And I'm telling you guys, realistically, I believe if it continues to trend like this, I believe that, you know what, Kamala will take the electoral college. But is it over? No, it isn't over. We still have a good chance. Well, a good chance as long as Trump is leading in the economic issues and the issue of immigration, the two most important issues. Trump's getting good polling from that. I think we're in a good position because that's the polling that actually matters. Because we don't know what group these polls are actually coming from. And really, what are the point of polls? They just really misguide you. And they make you over. And yet, every single election, presidential election, has realistically been misleading into a point. Biden was supposed to win Florida and North Carolina. Clinton was supposed to win North Carolina and Florida, along with Ohio. I don't know about Ohio, but she was supposed to win those states. McCain was supposed to win Indiana. That didn't work out so much for him. There is so much that can change. All right, and then lastly, we're going to talk about Iowa. Look at the Iowa, and it looks pretty good. This is a state that Trump's going to do pretty well. Harris surge not really going to have much of an impact there. So realistically, we have Johnson, these few counties. But yes, this is the Midwest. And this is what it looks like. Obviously, I'm thinking Iowa goes to Trump by, it's saying 11 points. Who knows? He could earn it more than that. But that is a good possibility. But there we go. So this is our prediction for tonight. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode. Whoops. Keep doing that.